If you click on Module 3, you will see that you have a lot of content to read in your textbook this week. Some Native American texts and early explorers. And I have put an Inquisitive here for you to begin. Remember, the Inquisitive exercises are there really to help you understand what you're reading. This particular Inquisitive is about writing about American literature, and there is information in your textbook about that, but the textbook company provides these additional ebooks writing about American literature and the MLA citation booklet. In addition, I have things on the left column, and if you don't see that left column, just click on the edge there, and then it will bring up your contents. So it's so important to be able to find your contents. So do that. But in the research essay, for sure, I have an MLA formatting handout for you. In the poetry project, I can add the MLA handout there too, so you can find it easily. But this Inquisitive should help you brush up on some of your skills for writing about literature. You want to take it up a notch from what you may have been writing, certainly in 101 and probably from 102. Although you may have done some more challenging work in 102. 200 level literature courses require even more of your interaction with the primary sources and secondary texts as well. If you are trying to work ahead, I would suggest working on the poetry project or the research essay. Working ahead in the Ben Franklin project sort of misses the point of the exercise or the project. So you're really trying to spend an entire week with each virtue like Ben Franklin did. So I know it's tempting to just do them all at once. Please don't do that. That will make me so sad. Take notes throughout your week, but do a final reflection close to the end of the week. And your weekly uploads for the Ben Franklin project are Thursday. So, upload them Wednesday at the earliest, but uploading them a couple days after you were assigned that virtue doesn't feel like a true reflection for the whole week. What else do you need to know? You have a lot of supplemental material here. Hopefully you'll find it useful. Here's a video for you. So another thing that I have moved that was originally in Module 3 is a discussion post. I've moved it to Module 4. It's about individualism and collectivism. And I moved it because I wanted to allow you to include some of the readings that you will have next week as well. Because in that discussion, you're going to be finding authors that might identify or have writings that would support a collectivist attitude and authors that have writings that would support individualism. And people can have tendencies toward both. So what we're interested in as students of literature is the language that's used. That's an exercise called close reading. I'm sure you have done that many times. So looking at the language and what it says and how that applies to how we think of our culture is something that we're interested in when we are reading and writing about American literature. So consider that in the context of individualism and collectivism. What specific words are used by these writers or any writers that we've already discussed, including Franklin, you should be quite familiar with him, or in any of the previous modules. So the Native American writers or the early explorers, all of our previous writers are fair game for that discussion board. I have other videos that explain the poetry project, the Ben Franklin project, and the research essay. So be sure to check those out within each of these, or just by clicking on announcements and checking uh, what's been posted in announcements. I try to keep you updated there as well. All right, it is Labor Day weekend, so you have time to catch up as college students. I know that seems so unfair. No rest for the weary, but I can remember college long weekends were always about catching up on assignments. So maybe you can at least do that outside and enjoy your weekend to that extent. All right, that's all I have. If you have questions for me, please shoot me an email. You can find my information here at Instructor Information.